But they were up 200 points. It's been kind of a seesaw day, but always in the plus side. There it is, above 200. Looking pretty good, Liz.
Much of this has to do with a massive monetary injection of about $7 billion to Citigroup from the Middle Eastern nation of Abu Dhabi. And that really sort of added so much buoyancy to the markets overall. Yeah. So let's check in with our Fox panel, beginning with Nicole Petalides at the New York Stock Exchange. Nicole, what's the feel down there?
Hi, Liz. You are absolutely right with that injection of cash into Citigroup. That certainly turned sentiment around and giving things a boost right off the bat. We saw Citigroup right now is up about 1%. The winners on the Dow are JP Morgan, American Express, AIG. Over the last year to date, but I got to tell you, the defensive plays are the ones that have really held up year to date, and that includes Merck, McDonald's, Coca-Cola. It's really unbelievable. We're up 200 points today. None of these traders expected that. They really, for the most part, all expected to see some selling at the end of the day today. I got to tell you, despite all the turmoil that we've seen in the capital markets, just wanted to quickly tell you that in the Financial Times, it did say that New York is poised to overtake London in the IPO market for the first time in 3 years. So there's a little good news for you. Some of the cruise lines doing well. You know, Carnival Cruise did an online marketing campaign that gave that company a boost. Carnival Cruise Lines and also Royal Caribbean up 3% and 2.5% respectively. Now, Goldman Sachs did give a guarded view of some of the retailers, including Bed Bath & Beyond and Target and Dollar Tree, Cisco. Some of these retailers basically saying that they're concerned about the consumer and when they may or may not come in the near term for these retail stocks. And then they put the knife on the earnings per share for some of the stocks that like Cheesecake Factory, CAKE, also Ruth Chris. So some of these food stocks, they also put the knife on that one, cutting earnings per share. Once again, a call on the economy and consumer spending. Now, also the last but not least, I also wanted to mention Pulte Homes quickly. It's down right now. Pulte Homes standing by its earlier fourth quarter outlook for profit, but basically it did rise early morning, and we're keeping an eye on Pulte and all the home builders. But really, overall, we do see a broad-based rally for the most part. It's really unbelievable. We're up 206 points, gaining back almost all of our losses from yesterday.
Yeah, how about that?
That's good news. Well, Peter Schiff, let me go to you. Up 208 points as we speak. Is this a dead cat bounce?
Well, Liz, the market you said is buoyant. It's not going to last. I mean, I would expect the market to start heading down maybe as soon as tomorrow. Now, this market is going a lot lower. And the problem is the dollar is going a lot lower, so that's going to magnify the losses for Americans, and it's going to make today's announcement, more predominant. Foreigners are going to be coming in with their appreciated foreign currencies and buying our assets right out from under us. And this is the price we pay for our extravagance.
They're also buying our products, by the way, in a lot of stores. That's good news.
No, they're buying their own products back. When foreigners are coming here, they're buying the stuff that they shipped us.
There's no good news from your perspective. No good news. I'm trying to squeeze it out of you.
Is Peter correct in some of his observations that perhaps this is not really real and that we're going to continue to see the downward shift?
The 200-point bounce is real, but it is a bounce until proven otherwise. I thought we were poised to bounce on Friday. We basically regained yesterday afternoon's losses. What we've proven is that the market can at least seize on some good news to stop the downtrend. What we have to see is the market ignore bad news and rise. That'll tell you that the bad news is fully discounted. I'm not prepared to say that this bull run is over entirely, but I think it has to prove itself very soon if we're going to conclude that.
But by the way, and I'm taking this from you, I'm going to throw it to Pat, because you were suggesting during the break that maybe the dollar's bottomed out. When you have people like Ahmadinejad saying it's waste paper, that's a good sign.
Right. And you go across the board, everybody's talking about the dollar. When do people talk about the dollar? Only when it's way overblown one way or the other. So I tend to agree. I think we're probably close to a bottom on the dollar, at least on a short-term basis.
Lee, we've just blasted through the highs of the session here. We're at up 225 points. What does that tell you?
Well, it tells us that the market's incredibly volatile. I mean, look what happened yesterday. We had a correction, and now this. And, I agree with Mike. I mean, you can't really say anything about that just yet. It's too early.
I've been
one day does not a trend.
10 seconds, Peter.
I've been selling the dollar for years, and I can tell you it's just getting started. The fundamentals are only getting worse for the dollar. And I don't know why, an American company having to go to Abu Dhabi to bail it out on the verge of bankruptcy is good news. The fact that they got a lifeline This should be signs of a problem, not something we should be applauding.
Some people might agree with that. All right, Peter, thank you very much, and thanks to the rest of our panel.
And the closing bell just moments away. The Dow is up.